Hi everyone, my name's Electric Donkey, and today we are back on the little No Man's Sky type project we've got going. So, if you remember, ages and ages ago, I think it was about a month ago now, we started off making the inventory. Now, that got put on hold because, being a bit of an idiot, I left my current project on my other computer. Now, when I then got onto the laptop, because I had to record on that for a little bit, I then realised that I didn't have the inventory bit that we'd already done in this video. So now I have this computer back and I'm recording on this one, but the problem is we are missing everything that we did in between in the last month. So I'm going to add that in my spare time into this version, but you'll have it in your game. But what we do have is the little inventory that we made in the last video in 4 months ago. So basically in my form I'll have one kind of out of dated one, which is this version, but it's got the inventory, and one that has all the new stuff in that we made in the past month but doesn't have the inventory in. So those are my two versions at the moment, and I'll put them all together in my spare time, but for you, you'll just have one main one. Okay, so at this point you should have your inventory. If you don't, go back 4 months and find that video. I think it was number 20 or 19 or something around those lines. And basically when we ran it, we had the thing drawing, but we didn't have anything in the inventory. See, we can go like that and it works and everything, but there isn't anything in there to be drawn. So that's going to change today. We're going to be doing that and working on it. But to start off, what we need to do is we need to add some scripts. So we need the script inventory pickup item, script inventory remove item, and then we also need script inventory add item, but that one for some reason seems to have disappeared. Is it in one of these for some reason? No, it's just completely disappeared. I think I actually condensed it into the inventory pickup one. I don't think I was using it, so I just completely got rid of it. So what we're going to do is the first one, the very most important one, is the pickup item. So this is going to add an item, effectively. Also, if you walked over an item, which we're going to do later, this would pick it up. Okay, so let's slide this over to one side, and we'll slide this one over to one side. Now this is a lot of waffle and a lot of stuff we don't need, so don't just copy it straight out, do what I'm doing on the left side. Okay, so we're going to give it a little name, which is going to be inventory pickup, obviously. Item, and then we're going to have to take in an item name. That's the one we're going to be picking up. So var item equals argument 0. Pretty simple stuff. Right, now here's where it gets a little bit difficult, because if we're picking up an item, what we want to do is we want to check if that item already exists in our inventory, because if it does, we just want to add 1 to the count. If it doesn't, we're then going to have to add the actual item itself and add 1 to the count. So first we're going to search for a duplicate. Okay, so simple for loop, and this is going to loop through every single slot in our inventory. So it's 23 of them. If you don't know how to use a for loop, you can go check out my video on that. I have a little quick 2-minute video on how explaining them. So then inside this we're going to go into our inventory grid that we made. Did we do it as a global or not? Let's see. I don't think we did. Oh no, wait, we did. Never mind. So in the inventory pickup, back over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the first slot, which is the name, if that on our I equals item. And we don't need this next bit. This is something completely different and irrelevant. So if the item already exists in our inventory, then we're just going to go into that inventory slot, which is just like this. But we want the amount of them, which is the 1, and then the I, and we're just going to add to it, just like that. Really, really simple. But that's it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to return true. Just after that. Pretty straightforward, right? That will just simply check it. Now we want to check for no duplicate. Also, I would like to give credit for this system because I think most of these scripts are relatively similar to Heartbeast's one. I've just adapted them to fit into this thing, but the scripts themselves I think are pretty similar. So go check out that if you haven't already. The video, I think it's stacking inventory tutorial or something along those lines. But basically, that's a video that I really liked and took on board. So anyway, back to this. Another for loop to loop through all of them once again, and this time we're going to look for an empty splice. What on earth is a splice? Anyway, glue or inventory. So here we're just going to check if the count equals 0, so effectively if we don't have something there, then we're going to add the item in that slot. So just like oh, we've forgotten an accessor there. That would completely break it. I thought we were missing something. 0 and I. So that is the actual item name. And then the amount is going to equal 1. So that is 1 and I equals 1. Then finally we're going to return true. Right, that will work now. That is working. But before we finish on that, we have a few things to do. Just one little bit. Because in the event that something goes terribly wrong, we've missed something out here. I can't see anything there. Is it up here? Oh wait, we just need 1 equals there. Sorry. We need to check if there is no empty slots whatsoever. Because if there isn't, we're going to output a little error message. Oh, we don't want to write it twice. No empty slots. So we're going to show message. You're full. Wrong way around. There we go. And then we're going to return true. So basically, there's 3 different paths in here. If you draw it like a diagram, if there's a duplicate, that's one path. If there's not a duplicate, that's another path. If there's a path, no empty slots, that's another path. And they all end in true. Okay, so that is now effectively it. So let's just give that a run, shall we? Let's give that a test. So one way we can do this is to go into our inventory. Let's just get this up here so I don't put the wrong thing in inventory. And as you can see here, we have tons of buttons. So we're going to take the Z key for this one, and we just have an ID there. Not great. Let's try this one. Does this one have anything better? That has a random one. That is 1. Okie dokie. Let's just play around and see what works, shall we? So let's add a keyboard. Press, I don't know, E. Let's do E because it's near the WASD. E. Well, then what we're going to do is we're just simply going to use script inventory pickup item, and we're going to give it a name. So we're going to say the name is BK block dirt. Okay, so when we press the E key, it should give us a block of dirt in our inventory. Fingers crossed. It's all a bit of a, is it going to work, is it not going to work? Okay, let's give it a go. So we press the E key, and there you go. You can see we now have, and you can see the counties going up there. You can see we do have items in our inventory. Now, thing is, that's currently an ID. Not really great, you know, that's the ID in the database. But we'll sort that out later. Also, the count is absolutely huge, so we'll maybe add a little cap on that later as well. But for the time being, you can see it works. Works like that perfectly fine. So that's going to be it for this video. I think we've got some more progress done there. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll work on making a remove script, just in case that wants to happen. Also, we'll make a little script to change the ID to a readable name. and that will probably end up looking something like one of these here. And this is a really big database that I made with every single block in my game built into there. So that's what we'll probably end up doing, is making a big database like that, because it is in the long run a hell of a lot quicker, because I had to go through manually and change every single script, which was all these scripts, every single one of these I had to go through, get all the information from, and put it all into one script, and it took a long time. But anyway guys, that will be it for this video. If you liked it, remember to like it, subscribe, or just do you guys want to do, and I will once again talk to you in the next one.